Hey YouTube, what's up? This is Ben from Should I Get It? And in this video I'm going to be doing a first impressions of the ThinkTank Airport Commuter Series bag. Right now I have a big issue in terms of carrying gear because I have a bag that fits right now my body, 1 or 2 flashes, and 3 lenses. And so I always have the issue of what gear do I want to take with me? Do I want to take another bag? And then my biggest worry, or not worry, but issue right now was taking my 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro. And so usually to a photo shoot I would carry this bag here, which has my 70-200 Sigma 2.8 lens, because that takes a bunch of space in my bag. Then I would, so that's one bag. Then I would carry a backpack, a small backpack that can fit the MacBook that's padded, so that's a second bag. And then I would carry my camera bag, which would have this D800 here, and the 85-1.8 from Nikon, and the 50mm 1.4 from Nikon. And I'd usually leave the 135 f2 at home because I had the 70-200, and I didn't really have space for it. So it was between the 85 and the 135 in my bag. And it would always just kind of be a jumble, and sometimes I would end up at a photo shoot with a 135 instead of an 85, and then I would end up using 24-70 at 74 and at 2.8. If that doesn't make sense to you, it doesn't matter. Let's get into the unboxing of this bag here. I'm really excited for it because I'm going to start carrying a lot more of my gear now and all in one bag. So this bag has a compartment for a laptop, a 15-inch MacBook, I made sure. And this was shipped to me so quickly because I was honestly just planning on doing a review video after spending a few weeks with it, but I've been excited for this bag. I haven't seen that many videos on it. That's my dog Shayna barking, by the way. And I was emailing with Brian from ThinkTank yesterday, and this bag is already here. I mean, I was sitting on the couch editing photos. FedEx showed up with a box. I knew exactly what was going to be inside. And this is the Airport Series Commuter Backpack from ThinkTank. So let's open it up, and then I'm going to walk you through how I'm going to fit my gear in. Of course, we got the silica gels. Don't eat these. And the backpack. So this backpack fits a ton of stuff. As you can see, it's not actually that big, but the first thing that I noticed is it has this dandy handle on the side, so you can carry it just like a bag like that. You can carry it from the side, and there's a similar handle on top. So it looks like it's got a lot of options of how to carry it, and since it's flat, you're going to have a ton of space inside. So I don't know too much about this bag. I've been on the website a few times, but let's just go through the pockets really quick. So up front, we have this small pocket here. This actually has a decent amount of space, so it looks like you've got some Velcro pockets. You could definitely fit extra memory cards in here. I could more than likely fit my Rode video mic, which I usually leave at home. And I take the bit smaller Zoom H1 microphone instead, but this needs its own batteries, its own memory card, and then I have to edit and post, so that'll be nice to take, but for now I'll put the Zoom in here. So that's a nice front pocket right there. Then in the middle, we have what seems like a laptop and iPad pocket. This is really nice and perforated. Hopefully you guys can see that right there. So this has actually got 2 pockets. So there's one pocket right here, which I think is for the MacBook, and then we have a Velcro pocket for the iPad. So my iPad has a case crown Omni case on it, so this should fit no problem, and this looks like it could even fit the iPad Pro with a case. And I am waiting on getting an iPad Pro right now, actually, so that'll be perfect. And let's see if it'll fit my laptop. So it says it fits 15.4-inch laptops. It's a 15-inch MacBook, so it should be easy. And it fits right there, got plenty of room. So you guys might not like this, but I do carry my USB dongle for my mouse, Logitech MX Performance mouse, which I reviewed years ago, and an SD card always in my MacBook, and there's plenty of space here. I'm not worried that it's going to bounce around. As you can see, the memory card is probably never going to hit that side, especially since I'm walking with it like that. So that's nice and secure, and then this goes down pretty deep, so if I want to fit another iPad, I'm sure I could. I really don't have reason to, but I can do that. So that's nice, and with the MacBook, the bag is not too heavy. It is definitely a little front heavy right now, but once we put the gear in, it should be fine. So it looks like there's another small pocket here. This actually isn't much of a pocket. It is a combo lock. So let's take a look at this. So there are probably instructions on how to set the code. But anyways, this right here opens up. It looks like you can put the locks together. Yep, and you can lock your gear right here. So it's actually a cable tether built into the bag, and it's got a lock, and so you can lock your gear up, make sure it's kept safe when you're in the airport, or if you're shooting in the city and you don't want anyone reaching into your bag, and you're going to be keeping the same setup for a while, you could do that. That's actually really cool. Then here on the top, we have another small pocket. This could fit my phone, probably. Yeah, so that fits my iPhone 6 with a little bit of space, so you could probably fit a 6 Plus. Then we have a small Velcro pocket here, and it feels like there's something in there. Register to win a free ThinkTank photo product and win a free camera bag. So this business card size right there, you guys can see that. So that could fit your business cards. That's perfect, because right now in my bag I have to go through the top pocket and get my business cards out, so that'll be nice and dandy to just have those and be able to pull it out when people ask me to park. And into the main big boy pocket. So first thing I notice is my laptop is in here. I know I have the Zoom mic inside, but I don't know how padded this is. So I'm hoping that I will never, ever, ever forget that my laptop and iPad are in here, because I could totally see myself talking to a client and being like, yeah, let's get the camera out and start shooting. And then I go like this, and my MacBook will either fling the bag like that if I don't have enough gear in here and it tips over, or my MacBook's going to hit the ground really hard and shatter the screen. So I think if I was designing this bag, I'd probably move the MacBook to the back right here so it's flat against the back when carrying it, because that's how my regular backpack is right now. I have the laptop close to my back, keeps it nice and flat, and that way the weight is in the back, because what might happen is if I take out the 70-200 and my camera, the backpack might pull me back, right? So let's say I'm wearing it like this, and this is the backpack here. The backpack's going to make me want to lean back a little bit. So we'll see how that is. This is, as I said, the unboxing and first impression, so let's see how this goes. So inside they have a plate card, basically, of how you could do your setup. This holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lenses, and the body, and a flash, and a couple of transceivers, Pocket Wizard, and memory card storage. So tons of stuff. And then here they have a very similar setup with Nikon, but this one with 2 bodies, and then the flash and charger over here. So lots of different options we can do there. And then they have the tripod attachment walkthrough. So this can actually hold the tripod on the side here, which is really nice. So you put one leg of the tripod here, and then you put some Velcro in through here, and it feels, there's definitely Velcro right there, so it holds on tight. Then how to set the lock combination, and attaching modular belts and stuff. So let's see how long this takes to put together. Seems to be something in the zipper pocket right here. This is the tripod straps, seems like. Yeah, this laptop feels really heavy in here. We have a rain pouch to protect from the rain, a booklet of ThinkTank photo gear, and again, the silica gels. Don't eat these. Cool. So let's put the 70-200 in first. So I'm going to put that in the middle. So you can see the bag right there. And let me remove these. These are really sturdy, which is great. So I'm going to put in, actually, my D800 with the Tamron 24-70 right now. So I'll put that in, and that fits perfectly right there. And the 70-200 might just fit right here if I put a little wall. Let's find out. So take this guy out, and it looks like it is just enough space. So I'm going to put a wall right here. Awesome. So now we have our 70-200. You can see that this is a very tall bag. So you could honestly stack 2 70-200 lenses in here and you'd be totally fine. So there's a lot of depth there, and I feel like it might actually move up and down like that, but it's pretty soft. Feels good there. Then we have our 85-1/8 that we're going to pop in to the corner right there. And when you're putting together your camera bag, you want to keep in mind that you want everything that's really heavy towards the bottom of the bag, so that way when you're carrying it, the weight is going to be at the bottom, and it's not going to be very top heavy. The reason that I leave my camera body up here is because usually I'm going to take my camera body out when I get out of the car, and then I'm going to have everything else down at the bottom. So I wouldn't want to leave something like the 70-200 that I don't use as much as the body and 24-70 setup in the top of the bag. Hopefully that makes sense. Then we have the 51.4. This is a pretty light little lens. We could just plop this in here, but pop that in, that'll hold really well. Then we have the 135 f2 lens. So this, I'm actually pushing to the bottom, so I'm going to move this all up now. These are really sticky, Velcro pieces here. So these are going to hold on really nice. It's good. It's a little tough to deal with when putting the bag together, but it makes me feel that my gear is safe, and that's a very important part because I'm going to be putting together this bag, reorganizing it maybe once or twice a year if I get new gear and swap something out, but other than that, I want it to feel very secure. Then we have the Yongnuo YN560 flash. This is very similar to a Canon 580 EX2, but it's all manual, no TTL here. So this guy might actually be too tall to fit right there. So let's see, we could slip it in this way. And that fits perfectly right there. So I'm going to put one flash there. And if I wanted to, if I had a second Yongnuo, I could flip it and put it this way, and they would probably fit perfectly together. So I'm just going to leave this down there, and I could put my triggers on top for when I need to use that with my wireless trigger system. Then I have this LED light from Newer. This I use for a lot of automotive light painting. So this will hopefully be just short enough to fit. A little smaller, more compact here. And the other piece just fell out. So the Newer light is going to go into the bag right here. Should fit perfectly. Yep, right there. So that hides away really nicely. And then let's see if we have a spot for the Fujifilm X100. So this is my street photo. And then let's see if we have space for the Fujifilm X100. So this is my kind of street photo or scouting camera. So sometimes after I wrap up a shoot, if I'm in a cool location, I'll go out and just snap photos for myself or for my Instagram, which is @BenRobesonPhotography, by the way. That's in the description below. But I love having this camera with me at all times, or if I'm shooting an event and it needs to be a very quiet system, this is mirrorless, and so I love shooting with this camera for events that have enough light, as the low light is definitely not near the levels of the D800. So I'm going to slip this into the bag as well. I'm just going to take out 2 pockets here. And take out these walls. There's one. This might actually fit. Perfect. So that fits in with the Black Rapid strap. Actually put the strap on the bottom. I'll fold this guy up. Push it in there, and there we have it. So, in this bag right now, within about 10 minutes, I've put in a Nikon 85mm f1.8 lens, Yongnuo YN560 flash, Newer LED battery-powered light panel, Nikon D800 with Zycos vertical grip and Tamron 24-70 lens, excuse me, Sigma 70-200 non-OS, Fujifilm X100 camera, Nikon 50mm f1.4 lens, and the Nikkor 135 f2, which I did a review on. This is a fantastic portrait lens. And then I still have room for more gear here. I could fit another flash, I could fit my wireless triggers, I could fit my memory card reader, my phone is in this bag, and then on the front, let's zip this up. We have, let's not forget, the iPad Air 2 right here in the Omni case from a case crown, and then the 15-inch Retina MacBook Pro right here. So this is a ton of stuff, and if I ever need to travel on a flight, I can fit everything I need in this bag. Oh, and one thing that I forgot to mention, you could have figured it out by now, but there's more than enough space in here and actually in the laptop pouch to put a charger for the MacBook and the iPhone and the iPad and the camera. So I could take all of my equipment, everything that I need for almost any shoot, in this one bag compared to the 3 bags that I'm currently using. So I'm going to put it on right now. We'll see how heavy this is. And I'm going to walk around trying to with it. Whoop! So, hopefully you can see this. Let me lift the camera up. This is the commuter backpack. It's fairly heavy, but I could still definitely move around with this. I could do a little dance. And it fits all my gear. This is crazy. I used to not be able to move because I would have my camera backpack on, and then on one shoulder I would have my laptop bag, and on another shoulder I would have my bag with the Fuji X100 and chargers, or the Rode video mic. And because I'm definitely going to get thirsty drinking, I'm definitely going to get thirsty carrying this bag around, there is actually a very large water bottle pocket here, so I can carry around drinks for my photo shoots. So this is my unboxing and first impressions video of the ThinkTank Airport Commuter Bag. I'm very happy with it so far. As you can see, it's fairly big, but it's still not that huge. And you can fit it into your carry-on slot on an airplane, and it fits everything that you'll ever need. So I'm going to start using this bag for every single shoot. I might not take all the gear that's in it right now, but I'm going to start using it. I'll be writing a written review on my blog, which you can find a link to down below, and then I'll make a video review. So if you have any questions about this bag or any of the gear that I have in here, please leave a comment below. I'll try and reply to you via comment. If not, I'll include your question in the next video, the final review of the ThinkTank Commuter. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.